Now, the National Science and Math Quiz, since its inception, has gone through different phases, from the times when a bicycle bell was used to the use of an electronic bell, from regular microphones to gooseneck microphones. One of the people who's been committed throughout the periods is Justice Ote. Justice has been the timekeeper and scoremaster for the competition for the past 11 years. John Hughes caught up with him at the RS Amegashi Auditorium, where the preliminary stage of the competition is taking place.
We're coming to you live from the RS Amegashi Auditorium, where the ongoing National Science and Math Quiz is happening. Well, often the only people you get to see on your screens are the quiz mistress and then the contestants. Rarely do you have the opportunity to see the people behind the scenes. But they make it happen. They make everything happen. And this morning, we are here with a man who has been doing this. Okay. I don't have the expertise. He's telling me don't force it. Well, he has been doing this for the past 11 years. And today we're going to interact with him. We're going to find out from him how they even moved on from, from the normal school bells to the 11 years.
Yes.
What has kept you, going? What keeps you going? Why have you been doing this for the past 11 years?
Well,
did you get bored with this?
Oh, no. Okay. In fact, I'm so happy with doing this job. The reason is I started as a lighting technician since 2007 up to now. And later on, I became as a timekeeper. And that was from 2010 going, I became a timekeeper. And formerly it was a bicycle bell. We call it a bicycle bell. Then we turned into electronic bell. In fact, some of the bells I introduced to them, and I build the bells for them to be used. Because sometimes the students may complain that they don't hear the sound and everything. So I decided to go into electronic bell, and it's very sound. When you press it, it sounds a lot. It sounds loudly so that they will hear. So that's what I can say about the bell.
Okay, so who did this bell? Was it done here?
Yeah, it was done here.
Okay.
Yeah, I did, previously I did a bell for them, and later on there was a man called Pinnock. He's also a technician. So later on he brought this bell that we should use it. It's very good, and we have been using it for the past 11 years now.
For the past 11 years?
Yes.
Now, tell me, initially when you started, what kind of bell were you using?
Yeah, that's what I said earlier on. We were using a bicycle bell. Yes, it was a bicycle bell. So when you press it, it was about that bicycle bell I'm talking about. It wasn't good enough to be used. Sometimes it will, create a lot of error. Especially when you are using the time to press the bell, you find it very difficult to press it. So later on, I just introduced to them we have electronic bell which we can use it to, do the quiz. So that's what we are using now.
You've been doing this for the past 11 years. Now tell me, has the competition changed in any way, especially for the production side? You are part of the production team, you're the timekeeper, you make sure that the contestants are on time. If they're not on time, you bail them out. What has changed about the competition over the years?
Well, let me say it has changed a lot, especially the production team. Formerly, it wasn't the state. If you look at the state, it wasn't like that. The previous years, we've been using the microphone. We've been using the normal microphone. But this time,
this type of microphone.
Yeah, by now we are using cordless microphone,
which is using goosenecks. I can see.
Which is very good. And in fact, it has changed a lot, and especially to the the contest. From round 1 up to round 5, there are a lot of changes, especially the speed race, because it was very boring. The students have been complaining. Even me myself, I've been complaining a lot. You'll be sitting down sleeping a lot because of the questions that they answered. But this time around, I can see there are a lot of improvements in this competition.
But I mean, being the timekeeper also requires lots of attention. I mean, for the over 1 hour that a competition, it's like rolling.
Yeah.
You can't be on your phone. I mean, you can't do anything. All of your attention would have to be on the stage. You can't even interact with friends and all of that. Tell me, what kind of attention does it require to be a timekeeper?
Yeah, it's true. It's true. You know what? Let me say, especially the audience. Some of them are also having a time, and they are also keeping the time. Also, when your mind is not on the time, they will, tell the complaining that this man, the timekeeper is not working. Yes. So they are also timing. So what normally I do is I always concentrate on the time, and then because of the speed race and other things, the bells that they are using on stage, especially on round 2 and then round 5, they have to press it so that you identify the school which press first, which press second, and other things, so that you will study them and then concentrate on it. Otherwise, they will be complaining a lot. So as a timekeeper, you always be on your feet and then concentrate on what you are doing, so that there will be no complaining, there will be no any argument between you and the teachers. And secondly, when the competition is about to start, you have to invite the school competing teachers in front of you, and then you give them the sheet. Then after every round, you compare the scores. Then before you send it to the quiz mistress for her to announce the scores. So that's what we have been. Previously, I would just send it to the quiz mistress for her to announce the scores. But this time around, you have to invite the 3 schools, the representatives from the 3 schools, so that they will sit around you, so that every round you compare the scores to them. So that there's mistakes everywhere. I can make a mistake, so that I'll just compare to them, so that from there then we send it to the quiz mistress for her to announce the scores.
Wow.
After every round.
So tell me, as the competition, progresses, we know for the contestants, the competitions become really very tough. A lot of them, the anxiety builds up, the tension becomes higher. Old students would fill up this room, and you can cut the tension with a knife when you enter the auditorium. Does that put any tension on you also when the competition progresses? I mean, for the contestants, so much tension on them. For you also as a timekeeper, do you feel any anxiety when it comes to singing?
Yes, I always, even when I'm on stage going to give the scores to the quiz masters, in fact, I feel panic. It's not easy, especially during maybe from quarterfinal stages. Yes, in fact, some of the students, they will be shouting, doing all sorts of things. So, in fact, I find it difficult to write. It's not easy. So I can say it's very exciting, and I always enjoy them. So that's what I said. I always concentrate on my scores, so that I will not make any mistake for them to complain. So for the past 11 years, nobody is complaining about maybe the score master doing that. No, they are not me. And they said they always encourage me that I should do my job. I'm a good guy, and I've been doing this job for a very long time, and I have the experience, so I should continue doing it.
So you're not just a timekeeper, you're also the score master.
Yes. No, I'm not a what do you call it? Yes, I'm a timekeeper, but I have someone who is controlling the time. Yeah.
And you have been stopping the bell. I mean, you have to ring the bell when they run out of time.
No, I'm not ringing the bell. That's why I have my assistant who is in charge of the bell, and I'm in charge of the score sheet. So I record the scores, and he will take care of the bell and then the time. So when the time is over, he will just ring the bell. Yeah.
So do you compare notes when you are done? Do you compare notes, or how exactly do you make sure that the results are accurate?
Yeah, that's what I said earlier on. That after every round, I make sure there's 3 representative teachers from each school. we'll sit down, and then every round I'll just go around and then compare the scores to them so that we see from round 1 to round what they call from one round there is no any mistake, so that I'll compare it to them before I'll send it to the quiz mistress. Yeah.
Okay. Before we wrap up, are you able to tell us your most memorable competition?
Yeah, I remember.
Mine was last year.
Yeah, I remember.
The finals, yeah.
Well, I remember some years ago, that was when we were recording at at Presec.
Yeah.
There was one guy called Yakubu. Yes. By then it was 2 schools competing, Presec and then Borga.
Yeah.
So it was 3 contestants each from each school. In fact, the guy stood up. He was in the middle for Borga, what do you call it, secondary school. By then it was secondary school. In fact, every question, the guy will come out and answer. He will not even, you will not see him maybe writing something. He will just calculate it in his mind and then come out with the answer. So later on, the students of Presec were saying, in fact, if it was the previous 6th form era, like they could have, they could have invited the guy to come and, come and join them at Presec. In fact, I remember that was 1998, and the guy stood up. In fact, the whole Presec. So even after the contest, they carried the boy. Wow. Yeah, so I remember it was Presec and then Borga. That was 1998.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. I want to say a big thank you to you for talking to us. So you just heard from Justice Oche.
Yeah.
He's behind the scene. You will not see him on TV during the 2018. During the National Science and Maths Quiz, but he has played a pivotal role for this competition. You know, from where it started and where it is now. He's been doing this for the past 11 years. He started, as a lighting person, and then timekeeper. He's virtually done everything. Now he's a scoremaster for the 2018 National Science and Maths Quiz. 11 years with NSMQ is worth celebrating.